What's up, what's up, what's up? Hello. Hello, how we doing? Welcome, friends. Welcome. We are here. This is a little pop-up stream we're doing today. And yeah, today is Monday, October 11th. We got tunes live coming in from Pretzel Radio, some chill hop. And today we're going to be working on the wonderful thing that I love doing, and that is the Skele-Hamsa. So Skele-Hamsa is one of my favorite icons and things. It's in a ton of my work, right? You can see here's the little sticker, little fun thing that I have, and it's near and dear to me, right? It's the Hamsa, and it's also connected to the idea of mortality, and yeah, this is an amulet of protection. It crosses so many cultural lines, and it's just plain fun to draw. It's really symmetrical, great design. And yeah, we're going to play with it today. So I got a copy of the sticker scanned in, and we're going to trace it out and do some art stuff with it. You know, that's kind of the goal, is to experiment with the existing stuff and try to make it into something really cool. So yeah, let's give it a try. All right, so I'm here and I'm in high res mode. And yeah, I'm going to use this as something I'm going to trace, because the bones are really important. The thing that I did here that's really unique on this, it's not terribly unique, it's just a fun shift towards something new, is the idea of the bones, right? Is that this hand is impossible. It doesn't look like a human hand, right? It looks like a symmetrical human hand with a pinky thumb. So until we grow a pinky thumb like that, we're going to keep it so it's this symmetrical design, right? So yeah, that's what's up. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining us for the stream, we got Pretzel Radio tunes going on here. We're drawing a Skele-Hamsa this morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got the new camera. We got the new face cam. What's up? I don't know if y'all want to be this close to me, but I think it's a little bit better than the laptop cam. So we're going to try this out. All right. So we're going to be doing this in real time, right? Using the existing drawing to make this thing happen. So I'm in Procreate, and I just made a brand new layer, and I'm going for my everyday round brush, which is my favorite brush here ever. It's just a simple round brush, really simple. Doesn't have a variation of scale when you push with pressure. It's just meant to be something that's it's like a good old marker. It's just consistent. So that's it. We're going to get started here sketching out these bones, right? And then we're going to work on the outside and try and get that type of thing going here. So long time ago when I made this, I used the symmetrical drawing tool, and that was really fun, that drawing assistant. So yeah, we'll just get started. All right, and let's just check on this this color here. We're in that top layer. Good. Okay, and we just want to get these shapes. Okay, it doesn't need to be beautiful, because we're going to then go ahead and just fill that, right? That's the point, is to get this sketched out and then ready to be in silhouette mode, right? It's really it's a good thing to do that. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to make selections based on what's going on with the... I'll clean up that edge when we get there. Just going slow, enjoying this. I'll make this a little smaller. Here we go. So what I'm trying to do here is not draw from my wrist, but draw from my elbow, right? I'm really trying to improve that. That gives me actually some of the most consistent lines while I'm doing this. I feel like sometimes it's just I can't, I'm on ice skates here, and even with my wrist, I start touching stuff and everything. So I've just been playing around with this kind of new way to draw, and this is akin to what I'm doing with the spray paint. And if you tune in this Wednesday, we're going to do some spray paint in the studio. We're going to switch over to the actual IRL and get this going. I'm going to show you all some techniques like I'm doing here on the computer, but then in the iPad, but then in real life with spray paint and markers, stencils, all that stuff. So good thing to do is tune in Wednesday. And I know it's 7:30 in the morning. What were you thinking, Mike? That's when I got time. So that's when I'm going to do it, and give you all the goods at that point. So you guys should come check it out. I'm excited to do that. So just laying this in. Yeah, I'm not excited about that at all. Yeah, I got to get big on this here. Let's see. Whew. It's because y'all are watching. All right. Yeah, I just ordered tips for this thing, and it's like, it's really going to help me out, I think. And two, I've got this. Oh man, it's terrible. There we go. Woo. All right, not perfect, but made the loop. Hey. Okay, let's start working on these. Just get them cut. Yeah. So we got tunes this morning, provided by Pretzel Radio. Pretty good about that. Yeah, I realized, like, otherwise you just listening to me breathe. that's it's not sexy. So I'm here, I'm at my kitchen table, I'm kicking it. I've got my wall of great art from artists that I love in and around my region, my city. I got good coffee brewed locally here, Charlotte, NC. You know, as I stare at this design for a while, you know, and it's been on stickers and shirts and sweatshirts and all that stuff, it's, you know, it's changing on me. I'd like to do a couple things that, like, fix a couple things too. I noticed some, like, bone spacing that I would love to, like, improve. So I'm, like, constantly looking at my stuff, and I'm trying to say, all right, how can it be better? It's you know, things aren't always set in stone, and I like to make sure that, like, I can absolutely go back in and have that freedom and feel like, oh, I can totally do that, right? I can totally do that. So yeah, let's get this bone cut out. So this is like a bone that's in the bottom of your hand that I thought, well, a Hamsa hand, you know, has to have kind of the setup for two thumbs, you know, essentially, like that's the way that works. So that's why I went for this Skele-Hamsa design, and I even got a tattoo of it as well. Really excited about this design. It's it kind of occurred to me when it was time for me to get surgery on my hand. Just thinking about looking at X-rays, and you know, you think about your own mortality, your own body. You know, will you be whole again? Will stuff work the same? You know, you have a lot of fears and questions and things like that start to come into mind. So that's what this work was about, was just exploring that fear, you know, kind of confronting that fear and thinking about, all right, well, what am I going to do when I am in these moments, like where I'm recovering, or like in lieu of surgery, all that stuff. I'm going to go in and fix these edges, by the way. I know my little loop arounds are not clean. I know it. So I'm going to make sure that is clean. Oh, hang on. I just eyedroppered that. Okay. And yeah, actually part of my recovery was drawing with the iPad, was taking the time to just, like, really spend to just say, hey, you know, I didn't have one at the time. I'm a Wacom tablet user, and have been for, like, a long time. I don't want to say how long, 20 something years now, 25, 26 years. Back when I could afford a Wacom, and yeah, I couldn't give that up. It just was like a favorite of mine. And then, you know, Photoshop and Illustrator are just beastly tools. So I was like, all right, iPad, Procreate, what? And yeah, a couple years went by, and I just started seeing a lot of artist friends get them and everything, and I was like, oh man, second generation of Apple Pencil came out, and things just got better, you know. And I just was looking at the Cintiq. You know, I've used those before. The Cintiq, C-I-N-T-I-Q. That's the monitor that Wacom makes, and they have a tablet as well. That's essentially the iPad. You know, a pressure-sensitive glass surface you can draw on. It's really native and natural. And that was something that was really exciting to me. Just had a high price tag, right? And it just seemed like, I don't know if I want to do it, you know, and just a lot of questions. So, yeah, I just kind of kept putting along with my Wacom and enjoying pressure sensitivity when I needed it, but I was just watching Twitch streams and seeing artists, you know, do some incredible things, like, you know, Bob Ross style, a la prima, just whoop right on it. And I was like, damn, how are they getting that? And I, you know, started experimenting more with Photoshop brushes and things, and I had some good success. I really love Kyle's brushes. If Kyle Webster, the great illustrator from North Carolina, he is an academic and illustrator out there, Kyle Webster. If you have a copy of Photoshop, you should go get Kyle's brushes. You should go ahead and download that. That is like the jam. Here, I'll just drop that in the chat right quick. So I know we're using Procreate, but here, boom, Kyle's brushes. So y'all can see, like, that is the money, right? That is so the money. And yeah, it's a good thing to check out on Photoshop if you're a Wacom user and everything. After a while, like, all this stuff kind of comes together and becomes like similar. This is a pressure sensitive surface that has cool pixel brushes, no vector graphics. Ugh, I wish it did, but maybe in a future iteration it'll get to that point. But this is still gorgeous. The smoothing on here is really nice. You know, I'm a jittery old guy, so like I need this to kind of like make me look good. So this is a little bit of auto tune on here, which is like cool. That's what digital stuff gives you, and yeah, it's pretty good for production. All right, we're just gonna make our way across all these bones, and then I'm doing the like drag and fill method there with that. So yeah, I probably could make a selection of this, but the edges don't always come out so nice. And like I said, I wanted to take the opportunity to do a little bit of tuning on this, right? This is a design I've had going for a while, and you know, you get tired of looking at it. You want to like fix a little something here or there or everywhere. And yeah, I'm cool with that. Like I love that my work stays in flux and evolves and moves forward like in a micro formatted way, right? So this Skele-Hamsa now like shows up on a lot of things that I do. Oh, that's terrible. Just keep going. It's a bit of a logo for me. You know, to me, it like kind of represents like Jewish street art, right? It's like it's graffiti that like my parents would approve of. So that's a good thing. So what's up, friends? If you're with us, if you join, we got one person who's like riding the stream. Very excited to have you. That means that you're a super fan. If you stick with it the whole time. This is Mike Worth, artist, teacher, and I'm working on one of my custom designs, the Skele-Hamsa. And yeah, I've got this sticker, and you know, it's something that I have on my store. I've got shirts with this stuff and everything. You can get up there and support. Link is below. You should check it out. And this is what we're working on today. Is I like to like take my designs and riff them and come up with like new and interesting ways, like based on this kind of hand pattern, and see where it goes today. So I'm getting the bones off of the sticker. It's a really you know, it's a nice simple way to, here I can self-sample and use my own stuff for what's going to be now a future piece. And this is like the very graphical, simple flat color logo version, if you were to call it anything, of this piece. So this is, there we go. This is a solid color, and what I'm interested in doing is like getting all these solids laid out, so that way I could start to do some fun stuff like with stencils and masks and things like that. So very excited. What's up, y'all? Mike Worth here, doing some great things here on the iPad with Procreate, and working with one of my iconic designs, the Skele-Hamsa. And we're rocking and rolling, right? We're getting some outlines, and we're catching some fills. Okay, that's the name of the game, is just like catch fills. And we got Pretzel Radio on. What's up, Pretzel? We're listening to the Chill Hop station. So we got some tunes coming in from that. Very excited. I like to listen to music while I work. I'm sure you all do too, to get that, you know, creative juice, the rhythm going, all those things. Listen to your favorite artists, you know, hear them do things in their music that like you want to do in your art. And that's like hit the high note and do some big things and step heavy. Woo. Cool. So we're going to clean these up. They're a little rough now, but like my job isn't to make them so beautiful yet. It's to just capture all of this imagery. I have a stencil of this that is like ready to spray. It's really, really nice. I've made some pieces, some Skele-Hamsa pieces. Very excited. There's only a few out in the wild, and yeah, the originals are really fun to do. And yeah, I like giving these as gifts. You know, they're important to me, so I want them to be important to folks. So okay. So now that I got this right, I'm kind of thinking and evaluating like, well, what pieces of things need to be where, and what kind of spacing and stuff do I want to really think about with this. You know, because I have the chance to clean this up. If I turn off that background layer now, you can see I have just the hands, sans the outline, just the bones now. You know, and that lets us see like, well, what we got here. You know, the spacing doesn't look bad. I was a little conscious of spacing as I was painting, but I said, yeah, I'll get in there and clean up. So there can be some spots in here that like we could use to clean up, and I think that would be a good thing to do. And then we'll come in with the Hamsa outline and that design, and just, you know, try to make that as neat and clean and beautiful as possible. I'm going to continue to use the sticker, so I have then those two shapes as like stencil layers essentially. And I've got a nice, wonderful cup of coffee here. Super good. Little Cafe Bustelo mixed with Dunkin' Donuts original. It's just can't be better than that. Excellent coffee. Woo! Feeling it. Feeling good. With a little bit of oat milk, you know, all that. Good for dietary needs. All right. So we got the skeleton going. And as I mentioned, right, like we can look at this layer now, and, you know, we can use the ribbon to start to play with selections. But I've been also playing with the layer itself, where you can tap on the name, and you get these options here that like show you other things that can happen. A lot of them are like have nothing to do with this, but if I were to say select, right, it would actually show me, hey, there's actually a selection now, right, of the positive pixels in the space. And then if I hit paint, you would see now that it isolates everything to that mode. So like everything in here with the bones is paintable. So whew, I'm liking that. Also here, if we undo that, just go back to normal, back to the layers, fill that up. You can hit invert, and look, you can get like, I got this kind of bone white. Let me turn that off. And you can see it just like quickly flipped and did that sort of stuff. And then there's like other things that you can do in here that are like quick effects that normally I would do through a couple of steps when it comes to, you know, playing with the selection tool, right? Like the ribbon, and getting all of those different elements, doing inversions, like all that stuff and everything. So yeah. What's up, everybody? Mike Worth here, flowing and going here on this Skele-Hamsa. We are bringing a sticker design, a little shirt design that I've done to life in a new artistic and creative way. That's how I like to kind of play with my forms and things that like I have in my kind of stable of images to take to the next level. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can do in here with layers, and I've been exploring lately, you know, the mask, the select. So let's see, if I just turn on mask real quick. Oh, I'm not sure what that does. So here, I want to undo that. Let's just step back. I don't know what that does yet, so I just got a little scared because it didn't show me anything. So, so we're gonna see what goes next. But we really love this. This was the thing I wanted to show y'all, is select, right? So when you hit select and then you hit paint, you'll see you get like your entire jam, like 100% set up to go here, and that's beautiful and gorgeous. So okay, wicked hard. What's up? We got folks in the stream right now, if you want to say what's up in the chat. Let us know how you doing, right? Excited to be out here doing this with y'all to get this Hamsa going. So let's bring back that other Hamsa layer, okay? And now I want to think about getting the entire shape, okay? But I have to do like a little bit of a move here because I'm working high res, and I want to make sure that my Hamsa is gonna like, yeah. So anyway, because I work high res, sorry, the thing I didn't tell you is that I can only do 2 layers. Watch, if I make another layer, it says you reached the max because I'm working as 300 dots per inch, which is like what you want, photorealism with this. So I'm only allowed 2 layers. So I have the reference and then I have the top, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to draw on the bone layer, and then we're gonna like move those pixels to another spot, okay? All right, so here we go. So we got that up right now, and then we're gonna do, yeah, I'll go with that malachite color. Okay. All right, and then what I'm gonna do here to make this real easy on myself is, let's see. All right, as I'm drawing, I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot, okay? And then we're gonna push here and then draw all the way to here and hold it straight, okay? And I don't know if you guys saw that, but that gave me like a straight line, okay? If you draw and then hold at the end of the line, it like smooths out the entire jam. It is phenomenal. So you got to like take advantage of that where you can, you know, as much as you can. So, okay, so back on here. Good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look for all of those lines throughout the entire hand and just lay them down right now, right? Because like we're in the zone when it comes to drawing these straight elements right here. There we go. Good. Oy vey. Let's do that one again. That's too much of a jump. Oh, nice. I see there if I hold it and I drag it, I can actually reposition that line. See, this is great. It has some sort of vector tool built into it that lets us do this kind of mathematical drawing, which is really fantastic. Really good for logos and things. Dope. All right, so that appears to be all of the straight parts of this, which is phenomenal. And okay, so now we're going to try and do, let's see if I can bust a circle here and if it holds it. Yes. Dope. So it just did me a semicircle where I was able to bend it and hold it, and it straightened it out. That's impressive. Super cool. Super impressive. Damn, Procreate making us all look good on here. Dope. Okay. Again, I'm going to fill this. So let's take faith in that will occur. Sweet. Dude, this is something I gotta really say. This makes drawing this like fun. See how far I could take it. Let's see if that would. No, unfortunately it seems to master like an arc. Like if I can get a sine waved arc. Here, let's do this. Wicked. Yeah, wicked. Okay. Nope. Okay. Not everything will be perfect, but Schmoove. That is super nice. Okay, that's a little bumpy, but that's okay. Here's what I want to do really is okay. So what I want to do here is go from here down and around. There it is. Cool. That gave me a nice clean line. Okay, cool. So what I want to make sure of is that all these blue lines touch. Okay, they're like really good. They're like 99% really good, really good. Okay, I just want to make sure that they're all consistent and touch. That's just important, like important thing that we want to do here is that's what's going on. And yeah, let's see if we can move this face cam here real quick. Just down some. Here we go. It's just a little bit out of my face. There we go. All right. Yes. All right. A little better. A little better. Maybe I'll make myself a little sharper. A little sharper. Up, 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 up. There we go. Okay. Better. Good, good, good. All right. Cheers again. Hello. Little camera change, little camera angle change. Okay, cool. So the reason I want to do this is because I would like to very much now get rid of the reference layer that I'm using. Unless, let's see, can I make this into a reference? Because I learned that we could make reference images. And let's see, can I? No. Okay. Even with it in the space, I'm not allowed to use it as a different thing. So, bummer. No problem though. Let's now erase that image, and you can see this is what we're left with, right? So we're down now to one layer, and then we can get back to having two layers. So that's what we're going to try and do here is now move the blue line over to the other one. Or, you know, let's see. This is where the selection tool is really a handy thing. So here, watch this. I'm going to go to automatic, and I'm going to go boom, 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 boom. And I really want to get all of these bones because those are really easy to pick up right now, right? And what I'm doing here is I'm moving because I'm in a high-res dock right now. I can't make 50 layers. I can't even make 3 layers because it's so high-res. So what I have to do is work between 2 layers and then move pixels from spot to spot. So that's it. And it all is because I had a reference image before, and that took up a layer. So now we're going to make a new layer and move this to a new spot. So here we're going to do this. We're going to go to boom, the gear or the wrench, and we're going to go to cut. All right. So once that cuts, sweet. All right. My selection left a little bit of fuzzy edges, but not a big deal. We won't lose too much in the next one. And then we'll go make a new layer back to there, and we'll say paste. Okay. And it luckily pastes right back in the location where we were prior, but you can see it's in 2 layers, so I can turn it on and off and all that stuff, and woohoo, we have 2 separate layers, and we want to use this as 2 separate stencils. Okay, it's really important that we make that occur. All right. Okay, so now what this frees us up to do is, you can see I can see the whole Hamsa area. Let's just drag some color into that space, and you'll see all that noise that was left over from the previous is now all filled. We got a little booger here on the bottom to just figure out. That's just going to be a fun little fill here. I'll just come in, just tighten that up, clean up. Oh, actually, you know what? My bad. I can see that stuff in there. Y'all can too, I bet. If I zoom in there real tight, you'll see that noise is in there. So we'll just need to go in and here, let's just paint up a lot of that. Okay. And we're just going to do like some cleanup, some repair on this object, and really just get this thing ready to be a fully functioning stencil. Right? We really want it to be something that we can use over and over and over again in this drawing, right? To hold space, to, you know, trap an area so we can go a little bit crazy. You know, the whole point of using the selections and things like that is that you can trap areas and kind of tape them off with a stencil, and you can kind of do what you want. You can go crazy, you can glaze and stuff. You can't do that if there's nothing blocking the overspray of paint and things like that. So even in this world here, this digital world, we need to, because of the layer restriction, we need to make it so that it's possible to have the ability to paint like we would in real life. So we want to have stencils, and the cool thing is that digital stencils are not destructive. Like when I make a stencil in real life, I have to throw away the material, you know, after I try to, as best I can, keep it alive and use it again and again and again, all that good stuff. But it's difficult, you know, especially if I'm working on a big piece and I need to use a lot of that. Then yeah, what, you know, What's a muralist to do? Sweet. Okay. I'm starting already a little bit of that cleanup. You'll see there's like a couple of spots, you know, in and around areas. This fingertip area from before. It's it's something I want to try out. Going right now. Boom. There we go. Okay. You see, it just helps. Doing that smoothing stuff was awesome. I mean, that just let me do. Oh man, that was so nice. You know, so much of making art is like, there's a lot of emotion that goes into doing what you're doing, and like, you want to feel like you can fly while you do this, and sometimes it's hard to pull off some production things. And when you get it, oh man, it is like, what? It's pretty cool. And what I mean is, like, when you nail it, when you set out to make like a really solid, positive composition, or execute a really technically hard type of painting technique, that is something that, like, oh, that's the emotional side. It's like, can I do it? You know, you really think, like, am I worthy enough to make that kind of thing happen? You know, could I do it? And then we end up like tricking ourselves into not doing great things, and we regret it, you know? So it's like, whew, here's what I say is, like, give it a shot, you know? Go for it. Nothing's going to ever just kind of fall in your lap. Like, you got to go there and get it. All right, there's still some of that noise from the bones in here. I can see it on my iPad. I think y'all can too on the screen, but it is there, and it is faint, but it is there nonetheless. So I'm just making sure that, like, all that gets fixed and painted over, and it doesn't show up as an artifact somewhere later. That's the thing, is that because I'm working so high res, a lot gets saved in the image, you know, like you have a lot of pentaminty left over here, like, meaning a lot of your strokes are like still in the atmosphere of the image. So there we go. All right, cool. So we can see there, right, we're able to now bring that on, and we got the two items there. Do a little animation here. Skele-Hamsa, 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 Skele-Hamsa. So super fun. And because this is 300 DPI, this could very well become a sticker, like, right now, if we wanted it to be, you know. It would be pretty magnificent, I would say, myself. So, dope. All right. Okay. So when I do these, I like to try and, like, come up with, like, some cool ways to make them happen. I've done a whole series of compositions surrounding these that, like, have some fun aspects to them and everything. And yeah, we're working on this, let's see, this kind of long canvas, and I think this is really maybe suited more for a tall canvas. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take these guys, and I'm going to drag the layer on top of one another and make a group out of it. And then I'm going to rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, so that it runs with now the length of the canvas. Dope. All right, so now we're working with more like this, which I think will be, like, super interesting. And here we can take this element now, and it's uniform. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Sweet. Okay, I like it. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I was curious if there was a I guess I haven't seen, like, a and maybe y'all know, like, if there's like a snapping. Oh, magnetics, or I get what that is, but fit to screen. Yeah. All right. Maybe not right now, but oh, okay, cool. So here we go. That's showing you, like, where stuff is when it's dead center. There we are. That's what I was looking for. Cool. So it's like a dragging type of thing where you just got to reposition the element, and that's it. Okay. So we want this up a little bit because I want like a heavier base of a bottom, right, of this image. So, all right, wicked cool. So what I want to do now is I want to start to play with the Hamsa fill itself and like really start to think of like a fun design way that like we could come up with. All right, so this would not be a Mike Worth painting if it didn't have a blue background. So we're going to come over here and get like roughly my favorite kind of blue in this space. Okay, and we'll turn that on and you'll see, here we are. We're now in Mike world. Yay, right? Where everything's blue, everything's happy but blue, right? It's just like, whoa, right? I'm all about that neon energy, so. Okay, so what we'll do is we got to do some work on the Hamsa, and then we're going to focus on creating a Flowfield background, right? Like something that'll be another signature of mine. Okay, so first and foremost, and the reason I keep looking over here is that I actually have one of these Hamsas, a different one that I did up on the wall. So towards the end of the stream, I'll show that to y'all so you guys can see what that looks like, right? I've done a ton of them, so we're going to be basing it off of that. Really exciting. Okay, so here we go. First is we're going to tap on the layer, and then we're going to use select, okay, like that, so that it creates a selection based on the Hamsa outline, right? Just like that, and that's what we want first. That's why we've been working in 2 layers, so that when we separated it, it would make that happen. All right, then we'll tap the paintbrush so that it now reveals to us that we are painting inside that Hamsa. Yeah, let's just go for it with the bones on. We are in the blue layer, so we're going to play with a color fade, okay? So let's try some fun color fades. Let's see, maybe there's like some palettes we can look at. Oh, these are fun. These are nice. Let's see. It's based on that. Okay, so just looking at these guys, let's see what we might maybe do here. I want to try like a cool color fade here. So I really like, yeah, I like this. So we're going to put that in that new Untitled one. I like this. And then I need a teal. You got some teal for me? Here we go. Sweet. That's a fun colorway. Another one I might want to try is let's go with like an orange. Let's go with this terracotta, and then let's go with like a hot. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, these are good ones. All right, and then let's try one. I like doing one that like spans the hot, cold, cool spectrum, right? So that's going to be where Roy meets G, right? So you want to find, let's get like a nice powder yellow. We might make that more intense, but that's okay. And then let's get like here we go, like a limey green, and then let's head over towards, let's just dip right into like a turquoise, all right? Something like that, like a baby blue. Those are some fun ones that I like to play with. So these are the combos that I'm going to be working with, and I'm going to be playing, to try and make these fade with a soft brush, okay, so that they blend real nice, okay. All right, and then I think we'll add an eyeball at the end in the center, like a Nazar, but we don't have enough layers to do it at the moment, so we're just we'll work off of this. Okay, here we go. So palettes are in the space. We'll name this. We'll call this Skele-Hamsa. Oh, not hams. Hamsa colorways. All right, cool. So this is now what this is, and yeah, I don't want to set it as my default palette right now, but it's okay. So let's start with a couple. We'll just experiment. We're going to like paint over and over and over again, and I think we'll decide what we think looks the best. So let's go with the cool one first, okay? And let's try that. Actually, it's kind of set up like that already. So here, here, I'll show you my way. So we'll do this. We'll get a nice big soft brush, super big, and we'll fill it like that in the middle. And we'll get the top color, and then we'll fade it in slowly down like this, right? It's just like, I like to Hamsas on the beach, right? And then the dark. So, right, that's the way. That's one way I'm thinking about it so far. So with everybody in the chat, what do you guys think, right? Do you like this colorway? Is this like, would you elect this one, the soft one? Now, mind us, I know we can't see it so well yet, but the background is going to be blue and have a lot of energy going on. We can do a blue on blue, and that's like not the end of the world, but yeah, let's keep trying, okay? All right. Let's try now a different colorway and see how it goes. So let's pop back to our colors. All right, and we'll see now. We're going to use the terracotta one. So let's try the terracotta, and we'll spray that in, right? Notice how it like mixes with all this stuff. Let's do a full wipe, right? It's always good to start fresh because this is a very warm color palette, and if you have remnants of the cool, it's going to feel like it's going to neutralize and do some things. So I'm just going to really make sure that this is what it needs to be and warm, right? Okay, next, back on the color, we're gonna look. All right, we're gonna go with that gold. There it is, it's selected. And we're gonna try it on top. We're gonna start to bring it down, right? Touching some of these top areas and double touching here, which is real nice. Okay, and then now we'll come up with that pink, all right? Now, mind you, we're making colors as we do this, right? There's like colors now in between, and when we do the like double touch fade from the bottom, well, that's just real nice, right? That's just doing what this needs to do. So, all right, I like this. The reason I like this is that the colorway is strong, and because we're against a blue background, that's going to provide really good contrast, right? It's going to make this Hamsa like pop out. That's exactly what we want, okay? We're also going to add some shadow, right? We're going to play with some light and shade so that this thing has a little more depth and dimension, but it's certainly going to be a very graphical, very flat, and very cartoony thing, but it will have chiaroscuro, right? It will have that illusion of depth, right? The contouring, shading to make that occur, okay? So that's going to come up pretty soon. All right. So that's that colorway, and I like it, but let's try the third one, right? We elected to try a third one, so let's do it. Let's see what that looks like. We can always go back to this one. Okay, so this one's going to require a mid-tone of green, so I'm going to, yep, and see how that neutralizes, right? When cool and hot colors, generally complementary colors, when they are overlapping or come together, they create a neutralization, right? That's a tension. That like that's how those colors resolve, right? They don't make generally new hues. They make generally kind of simple values, right? Almost, but they're warm values. They're earth tones, right? Neutral tones that are amazing. They come from that world of cartoon pure color. So okay, we got that green in there, and I like that green's kind of muted. We might punch these colors up a little bit too, y'all. Okay, so now here we go. We're bringing in this first blend of the warm into the cool, right? So let's now finish with the blue. Okay, bring it in from the bottom. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Ooh, I like. All right, let's try. Go back to that yellow for a sec, and we're gonna pull open the wheel now. Let's get the wheel. Let's see. Okay. And I'm going to get this to be a little more on the intense side. There we are. Oh, that's nice, right? Look at how now I bring in the intensity of the more intense color, and that just really starts to pop and punch. Let's get the yellow, the green here to be a little bit that way. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is nice. Let's see. Sweet. Okay. Sweet. All right, I really like where this is going. I feel like we're going to a weird place though with this green, but okay, let's bring back that yellow. So you see what's so nice about this using Procreate is that like I can just keep cutting in with the nice color here. I mean, it's just woo. You can work on that ombre until it's perfect, and that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Sweet. All right, I'm feeling good about this. So we've looked at a couple of colorways here, right? I like this one. I like the warm one. There's the blue one even. There's like so many ways to make this work. So it's a lot to choose from. So if you're with us and you're keeping up the stream, drop in there. What do you think? Which one of these colorways should we go with? Right here, I'll flash the color schemes again so y'all can see like what it was. Right there it is on the top right hand corner. It's showing us now, right, like what color schemes you want to use. So we did the first one, the one you're seeing now on the hand. That is the bottom scheme. That's the last one we did. So I'm a little partial to number 2, the middle one, myself. I like that one. It felt the best. It felt like it had the most pop in terms of how it goes. But y'all, this is a beautiful layout. I love this this colorway layout here. But we'll revisit it, okay? So let's go and do now this one. But we learned a couple lessons from this previous guy. Let's go back to the disc. Is that we want to do more saturated, full saturation colors. Okay, so there it is, the oro, the gold, just coming in on it. Then we have the hot orange. Can't go wrong with a hot orange. And then a pink. Almost like purple in some spots. Oh, it's very Instagram. Very Instagram colors. That's a nice one. Really nice. Okay, well, I voted, and I like this one. So we'll go with this one. Yeah, good deal. Okay, so far so good. We've got the basic colorway in the mix here. I'm looking at my other piece there off to the side, my reference, and it's looking like, yep, this is going to come together. This appears to be what I had done as a step. All right, getting a little bit of that fill, a little bit of that coffee. And then now what we want to do is we want to think about how we're going to do a couple things. We're going to first put, I want to get some shadow behind the hand. I want to get some shadow on the hand. I want to get some shadows behind those bones a little bit, okay? And make this like feel like something really interesting, really extraordinary. So, okay. All right, let's think this through. So the first step, the thing that we want to do here is if we want to add some shadow behind this guy, we're going to go ahead. Yep, we're just going to go ahead and pump it right now. Okay, so I'm going to say here and now, I don't want to put any shading or shadows behind the bones. I'm going to let the bones stay the way they are. I'm going to put shadow over the whole thing so it like locks together beautifully and nicely. Okay, so what we're going to need to do then is we're going to merge the bone and the hand layer into one. Okay, I'm not worried about that anymore. There's nothing that needs to go in between those two. And I know you're like, well, Mike, just make a new layer. I would love to, but I can't. I have an iPad that only lets me do, when I go full res to make this into like a canvas print, because it's digital, I can only do 2 layers. So my restriction on 2 layers is what it's all about. So, okay, here we go. We are going to now merge this down. So we're going to tap that and we're going to say merge down. Oh, okay, cool. If you're working this way and you want to keep this section alive, then what I would suggest is like go to your gallery and duplicate the artboard and just keep it in a separate file and work in a new file and continue down this path, because once we do this, we can't fix it, right? We can't go back. However, what I really love is that the automatic selection lets me select all the bones individually. Yeah! So that's a huge thing that I really want to make sure I have in the place here. So dope. And what I'm excited about now is I can make a new layer here, and this is going to be where I'm going to add shadow and flow fields. So adding shadow and adding flow fields to these things is really important to what I'm doing. So I'm very excited about that. All right, and let's see here how we want to do it. We're going to go now, and I'm going to use one of the brushes that I created to make just my life a lot easier, and it's my Flowfield shader brush. I essentially created my own custom little, here I'll show you. We'll go to the shape. I made that little kind of soft shape element right there, and then use the scatter brush, and it follows my rotation and all that good stuff there. You can see it's super fun the way I have all this going. It's beautiful. So thinking about, I don't want azimuth on that. Just thinking about how I want this stuff to behave. And yeah, it's just been great to explore with this and think about just how I want this to do its thing. So yeah, right, you guys can see. Well, I guess I don't need a 2 count on that. Okay. Yep. Not something I needed. All right. Let me not play with this too much because I got that brush tuned really nicely. So let's go ahead and make this happen. All right. So I'm looking for a color that is a little bit brighter than that background, okay, to create my flow field. Okay. I think y'all will enjoy this. So it's a very satisfying part. I'm going to make my background color just slightly darker. There we are. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, cool. So what I do is when I think about how I'm going to be laying out this flow field in the space, you know, I want to start to think about like the kind of, you know, what this is. And as you all know, I often do my pieces, I call them an object and then at night. Okay, so here we've got this this Hamsa, and I think, yeah, we're going to play a little bit with this Hamsa and, you know, what it's doing. And, you know, with that in mind, let's think about adding a very definite, and here I want to make sure that I have full opacity. Whoa, that's very contrasty. Let's get that to be a little, there we go. Even still, that's great. Okay. And you can see I'm laying out a moon shape, and I want to be intentional about this. I want to make sure that like all the flow fields that I draw in the background are going to be all of the hidden motion and movement and everything. That's what I'm elevating in the piece, is that this Hamsa like vibrates like whoa, whoa, what? Like it's a super intense object, right? And that's what I want to achieve with the work. So you can see I've got that moon set there first. I'm going to overlay other objects on top of it. But, you know, that is the moon right in the sky, and we want to make sure that that is something that's there. And by laying out the objects this way first and foremost, it's going to allow me now to like tune the flow field to like work towards the center and the different objects, the space I have going on here. So okay, so I got that. There's my moon. Let's do a very lovely spiral here for a star. And what I like to do is, you know, my flow field is going to be, all these elements are going to start to connect and do all this stuff and flow around and everything. So what I'm doing right now is I'm laying out essentially like the focal points, the hot spots of where I want to be. I want to do one here now. And, you know, this stuff is about density. I want these to form like real dense patterns in the space. And that's my goal, is to fill this entire area with what that is. And that's the thing I'm all about here. So, all right. Let's put one down here. Sweet. Okay, and I'm thinking about the composition. All these are going to draw our eye like across the space and connect it to all this and that and everything. You know, I actually might want to I'll put that one there, you know. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. All right, and then I always leave myself a little bit of space just in case like natural flow field stuff just starts to occur. So, all right. The next step is to reinforce this so that like the flow field is a really great and wonderful and powerful thing, is I'm going to draw flow fields now that become perpendicular to it, like they crash into it. And the reason I'm going to do this is to help define edge. I'm not using line here, I'm using pattern. So I need to like have those patterns go perpendicular to help create that weave, that like difference in there, that no tan, right? So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to create all these sort of radiating elements here, and it's just fun to do this. And you'll see, because I'm working on that layer that goes behind, I have all my the ability to just paint behind that now. So that's really cool. So I can have these connect and like spider up. The whole point though is to like get all of the different pieces to point towards, to and fro and around, towards those oculus eddies, right? They're kind of like flowing eddies in a river. That's essentially what's going on here. Yep, I can't see it, but there's going to be some elements there. And that's what's going to start to happen, is we're going to start to fill out all this area and make it so it now has all that perpendicular flow. And yeah. Neato. Super neato. Okay, I just, boom, radiating, radial lines. It's just important that we have that pattern established, right? Yeah, so we can just, again, reinforce the moon. We want to make sure that the moon is the enforced element here. That's the thing. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining the stream, Mike Worth in the house. Artist, street artist, muralist, illustrator, teacher, and with you now here live, right? We're doing this this stream, and we got tunes from Pretzel Radio going right now. Super fun, royalty-free music that we can put on during the switch. It's the Chill Hop station, and yeah, very happy. We're drawing a Skele-Hamsa today. This is one of my iconic images that I use in a good portion of my work. You know, it could be considered a brand or a logo of mine. And yeah, you know, the Hamsa is owned by the universe and by many cultures. And then this is my Hamsa. This is the one that I have created, right? My creative mitzvot as a way to express myself, right? And think about the power of object, of symbol, of all these elements that are going on here, right? Elevating energy and highlighting the invisible. Yeah. So I'm on this mission here to just like fill all of this and make all this good stuff just occur. Right, just flow, field, flow. Right, just like a lava lamp, just like a storm, just like a meandering stream. Marbling paint, right, plasma. Oh man, Starry Night by Van Gogh, right? Particles, particle physics. If you've ever seen the way particles flow through a vector field, right? A vector is a directional field. It's how we can like detect motion. It's like how targeting systems work, right? How we can track the weather, right? One of the things that the USGS did a long time ago and still does today is they have all these weather stations all over the United States. And you may see them like on local streams or somewhere in your hometown or city, and it will say USGS on it. And those are like little nodes that then they can track all of the weather across the United States. And we can see a storm like churn live across the southwest or the southeast United States during hurricane season, or big cyclones in the west and tornado storms in the mid-south, and nor'easters in the north. It's insane what vector fields do for us. So I bring them into my art, right? A lot of artists do, but they're amazing. One of the greatest things I ever got to do in college was learn how to program particle simulations and how to use particle libraries to generate animation. And once I started to see like crawling spaces that were like mesmerizing to me, I was like, oh, you have to have it. And I absolutely was like, I got to get this stuff into my work. Like how can I learn how to make this stuff? And I just started to program it. And once you program it, you learn like, oh, I can apply this effect to an image or to a frame of video or a webcam live, and then all of a sudden now you have an imaging tool to pre-visualize or like come up with new ways to do flow fields. So that's how I come up with flow fields, is I will sit and look at these things. Like if I'm feeling like flow field kind of deficient in my creativity, I will go do that. I will sit and work with my code and start to think about, well, damn, how do I make this occur? You know, I want that effect. Or I'll see a shape that I've never seen in a flow field before. Or I'll go look at folks who are working in particle simulation work, computer programmers, and start to see like, well, what kind of patterns are they generating? And it's like their research in the scientific community, computer science, really is fueling a lot of the stuff that I'm interested in. All of a sudden now I'll get a calculation in their paper that we can apply to an existing particle simulation, and then like, whoa, we get something new. So the other day, for example, I was working with something called an attractor. So don't ask me about the math of attractors, okay? I don't know, sorry. But an attractor is something really beautiful, and there's somebody who's named Lorenz who came up with some of the early formulas for it, and the Lorenz attractor looks like two universes sharing light and energy, like two black holes converging in space. It's freaking incredible. It's like, that's the only way I could describe it to you. Like if I were to say it, if it looked like a duck or a unicorn, that's what it looks like, is two universes like sharing energy. It's the only way I could describe it. Or a black hole sending particles of light into another dimension. That's it. And this is like just an image. It doesn't have any words. It doesn't have any objects. It has, or like a subjective object. You know, I'm not looking at it and going like, oh, I see a duck, right? That's why I described it to you as being something that looks like that, you know, a black hole, an event horizon. That's the closest that I've seen of that kind of behavior is in science animations. Or if you've ever seen, you know, if you've ever heard of like particle accelerators that are in California, and I think, right, we have one in the US, and then there's one in Switzerland, right? CERN, C-E-R-N, the research lab. And they blast particles around in a big giant controlled tube, and then when they take pictures of them, they look like these vector fields. Something will explode and then all of a sudden send pieces of themselves into all these directions. And as these pieces separate, whatever energy transformation occurs, they have to kind of dissipate and form some kind of pattern. Some spiral out, some will go like pong and bing bing and flow in the other direction, and some disappear. They like go to another dimension. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm just like, okay, well, what I love, number one, is that these are abstract images that scientists are trying to describe. So I like to think about like, well, what are they seeing? Because they're human beings, so like they're going to interpret these images to be certain things or assign meaning to them. So I'm really curious what they think the meaning of them are. You know, not in terms of how we feel, but maybe describing what's occurring, right? Because these images, the particle accelerator images, are showing you a representation of the path that the particle takes before it, you know, goes to its next state when it's exploded or collided. So that record holds information, like about what it looks like. So that's pretty dang cool. And what's really neat is, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that those same behaviors occur in stars and in some of the telescope images that we're getting. And I bet you that once the James Webb telescope launches and deploys and gets into space, which will be in a couple of months, we're going to see some really intense stuff that we've never seen before in, you know, the history of looking at the stars and the universe. So I'm excited about that, just from a human standpoint, but as an artist, oh heck yeah, we're gonna have so much cool stuff to draw. You know that when like particle accelerator images came out, people were like, damn, and loved that to death. So they were just like, all right, we're gonna do something with this. Okay, so here it is. Flowfield is now intact. You can see that like we've absolutely you know, got it so it sits behind there. I doubt I'm going to move this thing much, but you know, just for safety, I'm just going to kind of paint in this in case I move it around. I don't want to then find like, crapola, I got to fix the whole thing because I forgot to add flow fields here, there, and everywhere. It's just something that might happen. I'm not saying it will, but I like to give myself choices. And I know there's a hot spot in the center there, but Yeah. No one's going to see that. Just closing in slightly so that way, like we said, the Hamsa has freedom to move. There it is. Okay. That's looking real, real good. I think this is in a good place here, this flow field, as far as where it wants to be. Okay. On this same layer now, we're going to come in and we're going to add the soft brush now, and we're going to make this like real, like Babe the Ox Blue Red, right? Even though Ox Blood Red is, I know, it's a red. Ox Blood Blue. There we go. Good. Okay, here we go. So we got a big, a fadey kind of thing, and then, yeah, we're just going to, we don't want to do too much. We just want to get a little differentiation here from the background that, like, hey, there's something here actually. Right? It just helps. You can see, like, now it actually, with that Flowfield pattern, it works really nicely to do this. Okay. What's up, y'all? Mike Worth here. Welcome to the stream. Stream. We are, yeah, coming to you live. It's a pop-up today because, yeah, right, it's Indigenous Peoples Day. So as a teacher, I get some time to work on things and do my grading and whatnot. So we are doing a pop-up stream to start the morning. So cheers to y'all, right, to start it off. Hello. We're working on this Skele-Hamsa today. Really excited. And we're working on this background layer that's like starting to shape up nice. And yeah, then let's see. Yeah, cool. All right. We'll start to add stars and things like that we need to in the different capacities of what and such. But we now, because everything's separated, we can come back on here, tap this, and do select, right? That's going to get our whole layer selected, right? Our whole positive pixel value stuff selected. And then I actually want to bring some of the same, some shading, but put it on top of the hand now to give it some like dimension and depth in the space of where we're working. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do this right on top of, I'm going to lower that. We're going to do this right on top of what we have going on here. And I might, yeah, I've been using the soft brush. Let's see how it looks with the soft brush. Ooh, nice. Cool. Yeah, I like this. Second hit along the bottom, right? Just to give it, like we said, a little more definition. I do have some edge ideas in store for this. All right, and then we also are going to add this here. I am going to paint an eyeball when the time comes, so I'm just going to put a little more emphasis on there. And we're not going to see this, so I'm just really doing it to soften the edges as we go out around the suite. Okay, this is good. We're just thinking about how we want to make sure that like this is in lieu of, yeah, of drawing that eyeball and getting that eyeball layer in there. All right, I might just for fun here, let's get this Melaleuca brush. And, oh, I guess I didn't say, but I'm painting with the same blue that I used for the shadow. Okay, that's a little too small. I want this to be like kind of big and just, it's going to be here for like a little bit of texture. There we go. Cool. All right, I don't want it to be like too dirty. I'm going to back it up a little bit some. I think I went a little hard on the paint there. Okay, I'm really just doing the lightest pass. That's all I need is like the lightest pass. I don't want to overdo it. Okay, I'm really happy with that. We're going to not do any more, whew, as Bob Ross would say. Cool, okay, and I'm happy with this. I got the shading going on. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to add that. That's coming up next. Now we're going to add like a little tiny scallop layer to the edge. And this will take a minute, and we're going to go whoop, 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 whoop around the edge, but it's going to be gorgeous. You're going to love, love, love it. All right, and we're going to choose like a corally red here. Let's see. There we go. It's more like it. I don't want it to be too fire engine. Cool. All right, back to this. We're going to use Everyday Round Brush. Let's turn off the... oh, this is actually like a fantastic thing to do here, is this. We're going to tap the layer, and we're going to do... ooh, yeah, okay, so cool. So I hit that invert button, right? So you see now, it's going to now do this. Watch. It's going to make it so that everything here, when we... here. All right. Oh, no, bummer. No, that is invert the color. I thought it was invert the selection. So no, we're going to rewind on that. All right, tap back to the layer. Hit undo a couple times. Back to there. Not invert here, but we're going to say select. Okay, and then down here, we're going to do invert. See how it looks the same? It fooled me. Haha. There it is. Now it's showing you that anything outside of the Hamsa is selected. And this is what we want. Okay, dope. So what this means now is, watch this. Right, everything around the Hamsa, but on the Hamsa layer is now going to be paintable. And the reason I want to do this is because I'm going to put this little scallopy edge on here. We'll start right here because this looks like a fun part to start. A fun part to start. And here, this is what I want to do. And it's just going to make my life easier in terms of keeping this clean and doing, you know, easy job. So that's what I'm in the business of, is doing that today. Okay. So I want to see how this looks. If it's too small, just the scale of it. If it's too small, how's that look? I might go a touch bigger. All right, let's see. Okay, but I got to do a bigger scallop. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, and you know what? Since we're doing this by hand, I think we're going to do this in the style of a glory, right? And a glory is like a rainbow halo that like is wrapped around a an object. Okay, so I think we'll try that. Yeah. All right, so we don't want it there. We're going to start up at the top. That's where I always go to start, and we'll go with like a canary yellow. Yeah. All right. Here we go. So I really am liking the fact that like I get to right now like really play with my colorway, and I want this to have the by hand feel. Okay, and I'm going to wrap this for a while. And as you can see, as I'm starting to get towards that other yellow, I'll shift down the color wheel somewhat, and I'm just going to keep it. Okay, yeah, it's terrible. Sorry. Okay, all right, so tuck that a little bit into the corner. Okay, this has like a little bit of that gold kind of back on it, but we'll keep this orange here the same. I'm going to switch to the reddish color pretty soon. I'm just going to round this corner. I'm going to round it like I actually mean it. Okay, cool. I'm happy stopping there, and we'll get more of that burnt orange now. What's up? What's up? If you're joining us here, say what's up in the chat. Happy to have you all today. We're growing this slowly but surely. Mike Worth Art, and we are drawing this wonderful Skele-Hamsa today. Oh, and I just undid my paint strokes. There we go, back in action. And we're gonna keep it going here. We're doing this like loop scallop design on the outside. That might be a little bit of a too big a jump here. Better. Cool. All right, so 5. And let's switch now to that more burnt color. All right, see that rainbow starting to now make its way into the whole mix. Pretty cool. Sweet. Okay, let's get now around to pinkish. Cool. Then swing to purple, purple violet. Sweet. Around to the blue. Ooh. I don't know what happened there. Or there. That's pretty close to what we have, so I'm gonna have to shift that some. I'm gonna push that to be like a brighter blue. There we go. Yeah. Ugh. Hard, man. This is tough, but so worth it. Oh. As long as I, work with this stencil and keep it so that like the thing is always the brush always slides behind the stencil mark, I'm gonna be like so good to go. It's gonna really just work out. Okay. Okay. We gotta start moving it here so we can. That might be too much of a push. Yeah. Let me go back to. Okay. A couple more loopies with these. Oy. Okay, now I'll swing around to the light blue. All right, we are swimming and winning here. Cool. All right, we're coming around with this blue, and then we're going to go to teal and green, right? To oy, terrible. And there we are. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right. So that took a minute, but absolutely 100% worth it because we were able to now wrap this entire item like perfectly with this fun, halo effect thing that we got going on. And yeah, I'm liking it. We'll see it in a second without the selection. But first, coffee. All right, let's see. So that's coming together nicely. I like that. I'm looking off the screen here at my reference. Okay, I'm excited about that. I guess we can start to do some stars and then even think about making the Nazar, right? The eyeball, the blue eyeball that's going to be in the center of all this. So, cool. All right, we can turn off the selection. Hey. All right, that looks really nice. Let's make sure we did it all on the right layer. Okay, good. As you can see, super good, amazing, great. And now, yeah, we want to start to fill this center area with an eyeball. And I'm just thinking here about the background. There's a couple of things I want to do. Yeah, let's do the background work now. We're gonna come over here and get like a kind of a dank brown brush and use my Flowfield brush. I'm gonna lower the opacity on the Flowfield, not too much, but enough, and just start to spin out. Yeah, that's what that looks like. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, good. Whew. I just want to make sure I wasn't in the wrong layer, you know what I mean? Like that's, just gotta make sure. All right, cool. So these are like my star spots, and I'm putting down this like yellowish brown because it's gonna help so that when I put like full intensity yellow, it's not gonna be like, like cartoon over the topness for the moon and the stars and all that stuff and everything. That's just, you know, the star of the show here is the Hamsa, so I don't want to kill it with right, with the incorrect elements there. Ooh, just want to get this moon going here. Okay. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. So we got some moon and stars in here now. Super, super cool. And yeah, we're continuing to make great things happen here. We're building it slowly, surely. This isn't a race, it's a journey, so we're on it. We go. Put a little bit of white in here. Just enough to twinkle. There we go. Cool. Okay. And then what I like to do is, just so it doesn't overpower too much, is to just take now the soft brush, just touch on those just a couple of times, just to kind of tone them back a little bit. You know, it doesn't need to be so prominent. Just so it's there, you know what I mean? We're here for the Hamsa. It's Hamsa time, right? Not necessarily the star. So I'm just toning them back like some, like little bit. All right, cool. This is feeling really good. Yeah, I can also, by the way, you can come here, hue, saturation, and brightness. I'm on the under layer, so here, back to that hue, saturation, brightness. You know, I can lower that down and make it so that the front really has like the pop, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, money. I love this, man. Just tuning this stuff up. It's super cool. I think too, we'll come back in here and then let's punch up where'd I go? Hue, saturation, brightness, layer from the mix. Let's juice that saturation a little bit. Oh, I love it. Too bright. Yeah, good. Cool. Just a little touch to, you know, make the work still have the oomph, you know, that it needs. That's really like the important part of the whole jam, is that's what's going on. All right, so we're going to come in with the last part now, and we're going to draw the Hamsa, or we're doing the Hamsa. We're drawing the Nazar, which is the eyeball that I usually put on this item as well. So here we go. We're going to do it in stages. Okay, so first and foremost, all right, I got to make sure here that we're just good. Adding a little bit of that there. Okay, I just Just want to make sure before I flatten stuff out, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, no, why did I do that? I wish I hadn't. I don't want to wish I hadn't. Okay, good. Now let's flatten it. That's what we're gonna do. Let's go flat. So we'll tap it, and then we'll go. Where are you? Oh, I guess you can't because they're in different groups. All right, let's get it in the group. All right, and then we'll go merge down. Now we can. Okay, they just needed to be together. I can take this out of the group, by the way. I don't know if I need to flatten and then flatten again. There's no need to have had those in separate groups, right, in that way. So, okay. Looking good, looking good. Let's now take advantage of a new layer so we can draw a really beautiful, simple eyeball. Okay. So here we're gonna, let's get like the nice blue. There we go. And then we'll go like this. Woo! Love that. That is so really incredible. All right, and then we fill it. And you can see now we've got our basic Nazar eyeball going here. Okay. So that is amazing and incredible. It is on its own layer, so we could choose to select elements, you know, that sort of thing. Okay. And yeah, the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to like stack on the elements and make it work. So, okay, cool. Watch how I'm going to make this thing go here. So I'm going to, on the one layer now, we got to use the next part of the Nazar, which is the white part. So we'll come in here, and then as best we can now, okay, not quite perfect, but sweet. Okay, I like that. It's pretty even on each of the sides. Little fill artifact there to just work on. Actually, I don't like this. Still too big. Okay, one more time. That's it. Okay, cool. So use that drag, hold, and it gets the perfect shape. That's like really the money right there. That's what you really want to do when you're making this kind of thing happen. Okay, so I'm having fun just trying to get these circles to overlap, overline, and that's really working out nicely so far. Okay, next section is the light blue. Oh, that's way too light. Sweet. Whew. Man, that is so incredibly handy. All right, and then we'll go to not quite full black, but like dank dark blue. Okay, one more. I'm not sure what that is. Ah, too big. Let's go a little smaller. Love it. Love it. Oh. Cool. Okay. So this, friends, is the classic Nazar, right? The Nazar is the evil eye seen across Central Asian, Middle Eastern cultures, tons of cultures, Mediterranean, North African, yeah, so European, so on and so forth, the Americas. It's around, right? The eye, the all-seeing eye, the evil eye. It's very much a staple, right, in visuals. So we got one here, and yeah, I usually add one to my Hamsa. So we're gonna come in and hook it up with some shading. I'm looking at one that I have off to the side here. It's a little reference that I like to use, and yeah, it gives me the opportunity to do some fun things. Like here, Let's do a select, okay, and then we'll invert the selection. Oh, I did it to myself here. Let's take that and we'll invert it again. Okay, cool. So now what I can do is I can actually shade some of this and make it feel, you know, like the rest of my piece. So we'll go with Melaleuca here. Okay, here, we'll come back. So I'm just providing this with a little bit of roundness so that this eyeball starts to feel like a sphere. And I'm just, you know, it's 20% every time, so I'm coming in with the roundabout stuff here, and this is just really nice. Cool. Actually, before I do this, there is one thing with color I do wish to explore. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to say select the blue inside there. Okay, and then I want to have like the ultimate kind of like awesome blue fade in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, let's just do like a darker blue like that. Okay, and then I want a yeah, let's do some Melaleuca. Okay, and then yeah, I'm gonna let's see, is this, hopefully this is what I'm aiming for here. Okay, and then what we can do is choose this color, and then we can actually kind of cut back with it, which is super nice. If we feel like showing more inside the eyeball like that, you know. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, and then I'll put like a color that's lighter on the bottom here. Ha 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 ha, that's fun. So I like adding these little like touches of realism to, you know, what I have going on in my piece. It's fun, you know. It really takes things to like another level here. So if I back out here, you can see, oh wow, that eye's a little bit funky, right? That makes it like really interesting and unique. So I like that. I'm excited about that. Let's get a little more of this shadow back in here again with Melaleuca. Let's take it down a lot though. All right, and it's like I'm just like real paint. I'm dragging it down. Just cutting in some. I'm not much of a blender, but I'm trying here. Cool. All right. So I really, really like that. I think that's like super fun and interesting. It just adds a different vibe and dimension to what we have going on here. Okay. And now we can step back out. Thank you so much for riding along with me on that one. Now we can choose this and say select, cool, and then resume our shadow painting like earlier with the Melaleuca brush, real big. Okay, cool. So now this overall shadow effect that we're going to add, right? And I'm like I said, layering in 20% at a time. Okay, I'll go a little more on the intensity. It seems like I'm maxing out there on the darkness. Alright, I just want to help this thing have form. Dope. Okay. Sweet. That's starting to really take some nice shape. I'm excited about that. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. There is a wonderful oh, not that. Ooh, there we go. Woo! Love it, love it, love it. So we're getting some nice feel on this, really nice feel. It's our Skele-Hamsa that we have going on here. Really exciting. If you're with us on this stream, you've been riding along. We've had one person riding the whole time. You are MVP. And I thought it was me. I thought it was like my window reporting the viewer, but no, you're a real person. So thank you for being with it. Say what's up. Say what's up in the stream if you got a chance. Be curious to know who you are. All right. What else? What else? What else? Okay. So we got that going on. That's pretty exciting. Yeah. We could. Ooh, we could. Hang on. Let's invert that selection. Ha 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 ha. And then we're gonna do like a. Let's do like a baby blue. Or no. Gold. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. We're gonna do another scallop pattern design like we did on the outside, but now this time around the eyeball itself. So, oh, that's way too big a brush. How's this looking? We'll see. I got some stuff we can do to it as we go. I want to though just very much. Oh, hey, just make sure that okay. Scallop the edge. I've got this really nice Hamsa from Jerusalem that has this scallop edge on it, and I just have always been like, I love that. And it's really easy to draw, and it's fun. It makes me think of that Hamsa that I got. I got that from my Ima. And if you got a Hamsa at your house, you put it in the center, and it's really a wonderful amulet of protection here. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Because I have that selection active, I can play with this a little bit. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to hue, saturation, brightness. We're gonna say that right there, and I hope it doesn't mess with stuff. Oh, it doesn't. Good. Yay. Okay. I'm actually gonna go with a darker color. Let's go to like blue. Ooh, that's nice. Huh. I gotta see this. Aha. I like it. Ooh, this is working out. Sweet. Oh man, down with the sound. I am down with that sound like 100%. That is so money. Okay. All right. Sweet. Little things I like to do here is like if I could take some of this pure color, go in here, grab a little bit of that brush right there, make it real small, right, and just like make that little oh, nope to that. Nope to dope. Okay. So I have this kind of noodle, this endless noodle design here that really helps me map out eyeballs and give it just a little bit of extra flow. Really good, really good. Yep, I just did some breaks here to... Nah. Yeah, it's fine, I'll leave it like that. I'm cool with it. Yeah, super fun. Really like that. Also, you know, I could grab some of this white or like close to white and then, you know, do a similar thing out in the... Yeah, I like using that just off of white because it shows up in the white, which I was worried like, oh no, it's not going to show up. Stinks that I did that in one go and that I messed that part up, but that's okay. Okay. Sweet. All right, this is like taking shape, friends. Like, in a big way. Okay, let's add some luminance effects. I'm gonna go to luminance right there, and then the flare. I love the flare. Okay, so we'll put that. Yep, top layer, and then we'll say. Really, it's there. That's the... Oh, come on, give me one that's on a different angle. There we go. Woo! Oh. Fresh. Super fresh. Okay, one other thing I want to do is to the hand... Ooh, I flattened it already. Bummer. Okay, here's what I wanted to try. I love this bloom effect where it adds like a little bit of... Yeah, like that to what you have going on. Oh man, it's just nice. Yeah, it's just a real hot. Let's see. Might be too much though for this. Yeah, it might be too much. But you can see it adds that glow effect. It's just like, it's just way too much. So, all right, there was a time and a place for it, but that time and place is not now. So, all good. All right, what else do we want to do this? Let's see what we can do. I might want to add a cloud. What's going on with glimmer? I've never used glimmer before. Let's see. Okay, all right, it's what I thought it would be. Okay. Little bouquet effect there. See how big can we do it? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think that's like pushing it. It's a little bit over the top with it. I'm just trying to think like if there's any other like really good luminance effects and things I might want to add to this. You know, now is really the time here. So I don't know. This might be, we might call this, friends. This one's feeling like nice and done. So, all right, y'all. I think we're gonna do it. Let's sign it up. Let's get some pink paint. Classic Mike Worth signature. Let's get my regular old brush. Everyday round. Okay, and we'll give it a little signature in the corner. A little too thin. We got a little bigger. Mike Worth. What's up, ma'am? All right, friends. Let's check this out. Let's just do a quick time lapse. Here we go. We brought in the lovely bones, my Skele-Hamsa, the wonderful iconic sticker that I've been rocking and rolling for a long time now, right? One of my designs in the stable, and I decided to take it out today and try some fun colorways, create a fun print surrounding this, and we're gonna make this piece available here. But we dropped in the Flowfield, right? We worked high res so we could keep things really looking good, but we were limited to an amount of layers. We had to really kind of keep it low on the layer count. And then we finished the piece off by adding a Nazar. And you can see, like, I added some realism or realistic effects to my work, even though all this stuff is cartoons, right? And 100% just illustration. So that little touch of realism, y'all, is like what I want. That really gives it the like, you know, that push, that super duper amazing push. So my friends, this has been a pleasure. Okay, we're gonna then at the end here, right, save this out as a high-res PDF, and then boom, right, we're gonna get this thing ready to be uploading to our store. So check it out just below right here. Boom, you can check out the Mike Worth Art shop here. We'll go check that out. Mike Worth Art Shop. Here we go. Not the Facebook. Here we go. Boom. You guys can check it out. We're up on MikeWorthArt.com. Here's the thing. Here's the Skele-Hamsa we did previously. But y'all, I got all the stuff that I've been making here up for sale. So if y'all would go over and check out, right? If you want work, I got it here, right? Even we took some old pieces and we made them new and fresh and got them on canvas so that everybody can own one. These are really nice quality prints. I got some frame prints of some great published graphic design work, some t-shirts, some things like that, right? Really getting us ready for the holidays. So if you're looking for some cool original gifts for like a funky, fresh, cool person in your life, and that may even be you, you know, jump here, grab some of this gear, some of this merch. There it is, the Skele-Hamsa, which my hoodies are out of stock right now. So y'all have to come back on it. But yes, unfortunately, this wonderful, wonderful piece is not available at the moment. But soon you'll be able to come back and grab up on it. But my friends, y'all, this has been really wonderful. Thank you guys for coming through. We got a lot of great things going on, a lot of exciting things happening. But this was the most excellent of streams. And my friends, until next time, I am your dude, Mike Worth, here to say that we just did it. We did it. We absolutely created a wonderful Skele-Hamsa. So friends, until next time, y'all be good. Take care.